Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and today we will be reviewing for our stock review Amazon. I call Amazon the giant because Amazon is absolutely everywhere. You cannot walk down the street without thinking about Amazon packages coming to your door, or you going to Whole Foods, get all your organic stuff. AWS, Amazon Web Services, they are absolutely the biggest company in the world, okay? Even if they're not the biggest company in the world, they are the biggest company in the world, and they continue to grow, and grow. And let me tell you something. Now they're in the UK stirring up mess. Now they're in the UK buying out corporations. Now they're in the UK buying businesses, okay? Because even though they're continue to grow in the US, right, and who knows their biggest contender? Maybe it's Berkshire and Hathaway. Maybe it's Google. I doubt if it's Walmart, because Amazon is simply everywhere. Because anytime someone as volatile as Elon Musk cries about Amazon, and I never really heard him cry about another organization, that means that he's threatening. Amazon is in so many spaces that they're threatening every market, every industry in the world. And if you're not absolutely investing in Amazon, then you're losing out on a lot of potential money. Now, right now, if I share my screen here, guys, Amazon is right now at $3,100, okay? They're at $3,100. As you can tell right here, $3,100, they're still up 1.3 cents per day. Let's go back to the timeline here, and let's look at their 5-year growth. Look at this growth. Over the past 5 years, if you would have invested with Amazon, your stock portfolio with Amazon would have went up 487% at $2,600. And again, I know some of you like, I'm not going to spend $3,100 to buy one share of Amazon. Well, the great thing I like about all these new platforms that really change the industry, like Robinhood, WeBull, M1 Finance, to name a few, Stash. Mainly Stash. Let me tell you, Stash was the first robo/investor, because some people don't consider Stash a robo-investor. I'm just going to call them one. They really pushed the industry into incremental and fractional shares, because they came in with ETFs. And they said, you don't have to buy the entire ETF. You can put at a certain price point, like, okay, I got $25 I want to invest. But all the stocks, all the stocks that I want to invest in, they're way too expensive than $25. And Robin said, we set up an innovative platform for you guys where you can just invest your $5 or more, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $20, $25, and you can invest in Amazon, and you can invest in Google, and you can invest in Walmart, and you can invest in Alibaba, you can invest in Bank of America and Boeing, and other large corporations that you guys want to put your hands inside of. Because I'm going to go over a little bit of news. And, I love showing you guys the news when it comes to the predictability of stocks growing over the next day, over the next week, and sometimes, and of course, long term. And Amazon, even though Jeff Bezos himself said Amazon will eventually fail, because what he believes is Amazon is going to get so big that it's going to fail. Because that's just how he knows history. Any corporation, any country, anything, when they get too big, there's a popping point. There's a popping point. Like, whoever thought that Sears would go out of business? I didn't think Sears was going out of business. No one ever thought that. I mean, you ask your parents, they would never thought that Sears would go out of business, okay? But now a lot of things are turning to online retail. A lot of the brick and mortar stores are going out of business, okay? So if no one knows about Amazon, I'm pretty sure this is redundant because I read this yesterday. But just for entertainment, I'll read it. Amazon engages in the provision of online retail shopping services. It operates through the following business segments: North America International and Amazon Web Service, also known as AWS. The North American segment includes retail sales of consumer products and subscriptions through North America focused websites such as www.amazon.com. And also Amazon Canada. The international segment offers retail sales of consumer products and subscriptions through internationally focused websites. The Amazon Web Services segment involves in the global sales of compute, storage, database, and AWS service offering for startups, enterprises, government agencies, and academic institutions. The company was founded by, Jeffrey P. Bezos in July 1994, and it's headquartered in Seattle, Washington. Okay, so yeah, they already pretty much at, right here we said they're roughly at 800,000 employees. I'm gonna tell you right now, Amazon got 1 million employees, okay? Amazon got 1 million employees. They didn't update this because when I was at Amazon, which was June, had 1 million employees. I was like, because at that time we had 800,000. And over the course of this pandemic, they have hired more people. And if you go back and read some of the news, it said that Amazon is looking to hire 100,000 people, 200,000 people. So they already had 1 million people. They just need to update this on Robinhood. You know how Robinhood be, guys. I just like Robinhood because it's clean to look at. But I like to invest in WeBull. And again, in the description below, if you don't have a Robinhood account, if you don't have a WeBull account, I have my link for you guys to join where you get free stocks, and they break me off a little free stocks as well. All right, let's get into the nitty gritty of things. Europe. Amazon starts preparation to launch in Sweden. That was 8 hours ago. 6 hours ago, UK clears Amazon deal to buy 16% stake in online food platform Deliveroo. Okay. Britain's competition regulatory. Let's go into this. Okay. So they're in Sweden. What else they're in? This is crazy. It says Britain's competition regulatory on Tuesday cleared Amazon purchase of a 16% stake in online delivery group Deliveroo following a provisional node in June. The Competition and Markets Authority gave its original clearance in April on the basis that Deliveroo, could go out of business without the investment. So Amazon are going into other countries, saving businesses because, okay, Jeff Bezos is worth 170 something billion dollars. He's the richest man in the world. He could, even without Amazon assets, he can go in with his own money and save this company. But just as well, he went in and bought Whole Foods. Now Whole Foods is doing a lot better. So Deliveroo like, hey, we need help or we're going out of business. Then Britain was like, hey, who wants to help this British online food company? None of you? So now, Jeff Bezos comes in and now he's buying a stake of them at 16%. Believe me, that is a large stake of a company. A large stake of a company. Amazon is now on the board of directors. If not, they're real, I'm telling you, they are going at all sorts of markets. It's ridiculous. Let me read on. It changed the approach to focus on competition after criticism from rivals, including Just Eat Takeaway and Domino's Pizza. Today's final decision is the result of a thorough examination of this deal and the markets in which Amazon and Deliveroo operate. Okay, Amazon led a $575 million fundraiser in Deliveroo in May 2019, which the parties call a minority investment. Yeah, okay. You see how the news does it? They put it in quotation. Let me blow this up so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Let me see if you can see this. Where we at? Right here. In quotations, it says a minority investment. The Amazon investment will bolster Deliveroo in the global race with Uber Eats and Just Eat Takeaway.com to dominate the market for meal deliveries. And believe me, instantaneously when Amazon made this investment, okay, what happens is when you take a large stake, which they call a minority stake, you will see their stock price flickers, meaning it goes down a little bit or goes up a little bit. But in this case, they went down a little bit. But I guarantee over the course of the next week, over the course of the next month, you're going to see Amazon stock grow even more. It's going to grow, and I'm just going to predict anywhere from 2 to 4% or more, okay? But that is the range that I'm looking at. It said it will sue the funds to offer a hyper-personalized service to customers. It expands its delivery-only kitchens and develop new technology to help restaurant partners. We are delighted that the CMA has concluded its 15-month investigation and that the Amazon minority investment can now go ahead. Okay, so they did a thorough investigation of Amazon before they actually let them invest inside this company. Because even though they're saying minority, 16% is a large stake in the company. Because just the other day, I was telling you about Warren Buffett, how he has a 10% stake in another company. I said, you know, this is probably now a good company to invest in, because when you take large stakes in a company, it really affects the market. And like the market is connected globally. It's not just US based. The market is connected globally, and it will connect to Amazon stock, and you will start seeing things to grow. Okay. Let's see who's in the chat room before I move on here. We got Nolan Baptiste. Good morning. Good morning, Mike. Got a few notes here. Mike says that that's not the only Amazon owns. They own Audible and Goodreads. He owns Washington Post. Yes. We're not getting to all the companies that Amazon owns. There's a lot more than that. We'll be here all day naming all the Amazon companies. Okay. Let's see here. Typo, that's not the only thing. Okay. Gotcha. Anyway, so let me do some correction right here. I don't have any moderators on. I got some people spamming already inside of it. Let's see. Did we get rid of that one? Okay, I think somebody got rid of that one. So let's look at this fairly quickly here. Let's go back and share my screen. All right. I'm going to read another story for you guys, okay? Now, they were talking about Amazon stock falls Monday, underperforms market. Now, we're going to move on to something else. Amazon starts preparations to launch in Sweden. Good old Sweden. Now, these countries, rather, never, ever allow U.S., large corporations to infiltrate their country. But now Amazon has. So let's look into this. Let me try to read this the best way I can. Is this in English? Is this Sweden? No, I'm kidding. Amazon has started preparation to launch in Sweden, marking its first step to establish a local presence in the Nordic country. Swedish customers can already shop on Amazon through its websites in other European countries such as Germany and get their purchases shipped to the country. But this often meant paying high delivery charges. Now, what they mean is a lot of things, maybe Domino's, Pizza, McDonald's, they're overseas. Those are large corporations. But when you're talking about Amazon, this is a giant. And if Amazon is talking about, I haven't read the story yet, we're getting it all live here. If they're talking about building facilities in Sweden, this is going to be huge. I'm telling you, Amazon is on the trajectory of hitting $4,000. They are. We are optimistic that by focusing on the things we believe customers will place the greatest emphasis on, low prices, a wide range and fast deliveries, we will eventually be able to win the trust of the Swedish customers, Alex Oath, Vice President for the European expansion at Amazon, said on Tuesday. The Swedish website, Amazon.se, will still direct customers to Amazon.de, I think that's the German one, with an option to deliver to Sweden. Amazon has not released a date for the launch of the website. Amazon did not say it will create a warehouse or distribution hub in Sweden, but Oath said the next step is to introduce a complete retail offering in Sweden, and that is what we plan to do now. So basically they're saying they're planning on building a facility. They said, they haven't said they're going to build a warehouse or distribution center. They're talking about building a distribution center, okay? So, or fulfillment center, as Amazon will say. The probable entry of Amazon to Sweden has been talked about for years. It can represent a challenge to local players. Of course, anytime you let Amazon, I'll give you a quick analogy. It's kind of like if you got a friend, he's really successful, he's really nice, he's really handsome. You bring him around your girlfriend or your wife, and you instantaneously feel like this tension, this friction, like, why is she laughing at his jokes? And some of you like, nah, man, I'm a bigger man than that. I ain't jealous. No. Real dig deep. Dig deep. If that ever happened to you, like, man, why he always got crack jokes and why I got his shirt open like that? What? Hey, man, can you button up your shirt, man? I got my kids running around here. You're like, what? He don't even know what you're talking about. That's kind of like, That's kind of like Amazon, right? That's kind of like Amazon coming inside of Walmart, like, hey, wait a minute, what? Amazon, why are you in Walmart? Oh, we're just coming around here, buy some drapes. Drapes, you sell millions of drapes on your website. We just want something different. That's kind of how like Amazon comes into people. You're just like, I'm jealous of you already. Can you leave, please? Like, I like you, but I don't want to invite you in, but I do want to see you. I know it's a weird relationship. Okay, so the probability of entry of Amazon to Sweden has been talked about for years and could represent a challenge to local players. That's what I'm getting at. Shares of budget, do-it-yourself, and homewares, retailer, class, Ocean, Fashion, Specialized, Boost, AB. These are a lot of British names, guys. I know it's English, but I can barely speak that. An ebook seller, Storytel, Edge, Lower. Okay. So again, let's get into some particulars about Amazon. Let's go back here. Where am I at? So 90% of the 49 analysts, 90% said buy, 8% says hold, 2% says sell. And let's read some of the headline news. This is from Morningstar. Amazon device portfolio, including Kindle, Fire TV, Dash, Echo, and other, nothing really pertinent there. Amazon's future margin expansion directly will likely be uneven given its, now this is something we can probably look into. It says, let's see, its global logistic needs, content investments, increased competition, and physical store healthcare initiatives. And don't forget, so I bought this device called the Eero. If anybody know about, Wi-Fi mesh, how you have a large home or home that has like bad connectivity throughout it for your Wi-Fi, and you need these mesh points so they connect to your router so you can expand your Wi-Fi range inside your home. Well, Amazon actually had that as well, called Eero. Okay, but I changed that out and I got the Google Mesh because the Google Mesh comes with the Google Assistant inside of it. I'm just giving you different facets of how Amazon and how large they are. Because some of you may not even know that they own Eero, and the way you spell Eero is E-E-R-O. Okay, they're very expensive, just like the Google ones, but they do work well. They're easy to set up, and they do work well if you guys are looking to expand your internet. I love to give you that extra information so you understand how large a company is and the potential of a company to grow, which equals what for you? Dollar sign. It equals money when you invest. All right, what else? Healthcare. I know a lot of you guys have seen that commercial where they send your prescription pills every month, and it says powered by Amazon or an Amazon company. Have you seen that? So that's what they mean, that they are in healthcare as well, because they are. And they're also getting into the electric car company because they took a large investment inside of Rivian. They put $500 million in them in Ford. Then Ford turns around. What's that EV car maker? It wasn't LI. It was somebody that Ford also put a large investment in. But nonetheless, international expansion brings challenges such as local e-commerce regulations, incremental fulfillment infrastructure, investment requirements, and incumbent local market rivals. Okay. AWS faces competition from well-capitalized peers like, I told you this before, Microsoft, Sure, and Google, possibly resulting in more aggressive price competition and longer-term margin expansion. Now, the problem I see, not with Amazon growing as a company and increasing their stock portfolio, increasing revenue, it is somewhat of competition when we let large corporations like Microsoft, Google, and Amazon get way too big where there's really no competition. When you have anywhere, I want to say, three to five companies, and they deal in the same spaces, deal in the same products, you have more competition, which actually helps to drive prices down. But when you have giants that they may be in the same room, but they're working on different products, then they can kind of set the price, which the consumer like, yeah, I want that, but I don't want that at $100. Where Google, if they do some of the things that Amazon was doing, they probably offer it for $75. And if Walmart did some of the things that Google was doing, they will offer it like $50 because you go online and you look for certain furniture products and stuff. You're like, oh, it's 600 here, it's 800 there. Oh, I go to Walmart online, it's 500, okay? Because Walmart always does what? They buy a large supply, which they get a better price point. Because anytime you buy things in larger quantities, you get a heavily discounted price. And that is what Walmart does. That's why Walmart is so cheap. Okay. Not only do they buy cheap products, okay, because we know Target is just one step above Walmart, but certain items you can look for that's at Walmart all over the internet, and Walmart is absolutely probably one of the cheapest unless you go on Amazon and you look for something used. So, because Walmart, when they buy things, they buy them by the buttload. I don't even know, the amount that they buy back and forth. I really don't know that. But I know when they buy things, they buy them hundreds of thousands of pallets coming inside the warehouse, okay? That's why their prices are low, because they buy in large quantities. It's kind of like if you guys ever deal in any business, and a good example with if you went on Alibaba, right? You went on Alibaba and you say, okay, I want to buy 2 calculators. They say, well, if you buy 2 calculators, it's going to cost you $50 per calculator. You say, no, I want to buy 100 calculators. Say, oh, well, if you buy 100 calculators, it's going to be $38 per calculator. Okay. Your price margin starts to dip, and you saw them, your profitability starts to rise, and that manufacturer can build more and make more. That's just kind of way it works. The more you buy, the more you save. Okay. All right. Let's read this other news story because I'm just interested in it. Okay. Amazon dominates North America's online retail category with estimated gross merchandise volume of $275 billion in the region during 2019. With more than half of the world's internet users coming from developing markets, Amazon has significant international growth opportunities for its marketplace, cloud services, advertising, and devices. So again, Amazon is a freaking giant. And the one thing I love, again, about these online platforms, we're going to go over to Market Watch here pretty soon, guys. These online investment platforms, rather, you can invest in Amazon in increments, in fractions. I love it, because some of you are looking at the price like $3,100. That's like my month's rent right there. I don't want to invest on one share of Amazon for that. And believe me, I totally understand. That's a lot of money. But what I say is, just like you invest a certain amount of money every month. And I tell you, the key goal for you, in my opinion, should be $5 a day, $150 a month. So simply, you guys can allocate that amount of money. Okay. And you say, you know what? I want to do $100 in Amazon, and I want to do 25 in another stock and 25 in another stock. This for an example, give you guys some sort of reference points. Okay. And Mike says, by the way, Sears is still around where I live, and Walmart was the reason that Sears lost business. Yes. So everybody is conquering everybody. And when it comes to Sears, again, if Sears is still around, it's their skeleton. Okay. Their skeleton is still around, not the whole organization. They are hurting badly. So they're about dead, if not already. Okay. All right. Let's get into it here. So what we're looking at, the 52-week range. I don't usually read this one, but let's get into it. In the past year. Okay. I got to blow it up. I know I'm being dramatic. 52 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Amazon rose from $1,626 to $3,344. Don't you wish you would have spent that $1,600? Because it would have more than doubled. This thing, if someone say, hey man, give me $1,600, and in a year, I'm gonna more than double that amount with a guarantee. You probably would say, depending on the entity or institution that gave you that promise, you're like, okay, here's $1,600. And you're just waiting for the maturity date. Like, okay, today they say, okay, here's $3,344. You're like, wow, can I do this again? Can I give you the $3,344 and you double that within a year? And I'm not saying Amazon is going to grow that quickly, that fast, but you never know. All right, let's look into the performance. Let's go right into 1 year. They've grown 76.54%. Their market cap is 1.56 trillion. Their EPS, wow. These guys, man, 26.02. So let me tell you again what EPS is all about, earnings per share. Potentially earnings per share is the amount that Amazon can pay their investors every quarter, 3 or 4 months. So let's take, for instance, you invested with Amazon when Amazon was under $200. And you like, you know what? I'm going to buy 100 shares of Amazon. For each share of Amazon today, they could potentially, give you every quarter $26. But unfortunately, Amazon don't pay out dividends. This is for dividends. They can pay you $26 per share of dividends, but they don't do dividends. As you can say, it's a dividend. NA means nada. I mean, non-applicable. We're nada. We're not paying no money right now. We're a profitable company that at the end of the year, and this is what Amazon does, guys. Because you always hear Trump beating up Amazon because they don't pay any taxes. What they do is, so Amazon knows that they will lose money on some of their fulfillment centers. But you ever heard of the thing called market share / market space? Amazon may just build a facility so at the end of the year when they do their taxes, they can say that we've been operating out of debt. Because it's kind of like when one facility begins to turn profit because of the amount of business that they're doing, the amount of shipments and products they're actually shipping out, they become profitable. Then Amazon say, you know what? We're making too much money over here. We're going to pay a lot of taxes. So let's build another facility, which we're going to use the equity out of that particular space, put the equity to build this facility. And now both facilities are in debt, essentially. We're operating out of debt. That way, anytime that you guys ever own any businesses, when you filed your taxes, if you didn't make any money or you broke even, you don't pay taxes. If anything, you may end up getting money back, especially if you're operating out of debt. That's why these organizations do what they do, okay? And that's why brick and mortar is still the law of the land. Because you can do a lot of things online, but when it comes to taxes, building something or buying some sort of building or house or warehouse, this is actually how they can say we operate out of debt. Okay, because the profit margins are not there and they get to claim no taxes. You got to love it. All right, let's read some of the headline news. Like punching a time clock through your webcam, how employees are keeping tabs on remote workers during the pandemic. Okay, that's not pertaining to us. Let's see. Let's go into this summer financials up here. Here we go. Wow. Let me get some indicators here. Look at this. Look at this. Unusual expense, $67 million in 2017. 2016, 2017, $109 million unusual expense. Then 2019, $11 million unusual expense. I wonder what that is, Amazon. Non-operating income expense, $9 million. In 2018, $348 million. What are we doing here, Amazon? Some people believe that Amazon is an evil company. Nah, they just know how to do business. They got a lot of smart people work for them. I mean, I work for them as an operations manager. So, they hired me, then they must be smart. No. But anyway, it says income tax deferred foreign. Look at that. Income tax deferred foreign, $126 million. And then that was for 2019. For 2018, $129 million. Skip a year. Ooh, $200 million. Ooh. But it has all these income tax, domestic deferred. Last year, they deferred $922 million. Man, that could have went to the American people. But anyway, you guys still shopping on Amazon. Y'all don't care. Okay, what else can we look at? Let's see, is there anything else that is, let's look at the charts and let's get out of here. Let's do that. Let's look at that. No, we should go back to the head. Look at the charts. I hate the way this does it. 1 year. Let's do all. And my computer froze. Okay. Well, we won't do that because the computer froze on that particular website. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read some of your notes. And then I think I'll get out of here for today. But Amazon is a giant. And again, if you're not investing with Robinhood or M1 Finance and also Stash and WeBull, those descriptions are in the description of this video. And once you sign up, again, you can get a free stock. You will get a free stock when you sign up with WeBull and Robinhood. Okay, with WeBull and Robinhood, you sign up using the link below. You will get a free stock. And guess what, guys? Anytime I'm going live or I have a video release, click the notification bell, okay? That little notification bell to the right-hand side. You click the notification bell and you put it on all. So anytime I go live or release a video, you'll be the first ones to see it, okay? So here's the 5-year time chart. Just to give you, again, a reference, 485% in the past 5 years is ridiculous. Anyway. All right. I guess Mike is the only one talking today. Mike says I got Amazon in majority of my ETFs. That's why Jeff Bezos haven't paid federal taxes, but he paid a lot of state and local taxes. He also shows his losses too. Indeed. That's why, again, the federal government hates companies like Amazon. They may pay, state taxes because he's making so much money, out of Seattle, because Seattle's, I think, sales tax is even they're already at 10%. So it's ridiculous. Okay. But nonetheless, you are right. He doesn't pay really anything in federal taxes, but he does pay state and local tax. But again, if you ain't paying federal tax, then you ain't really paying the chunk, because federal taxes are more than state and local taxes. But anyway, guys, this is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And guess what? Invest in Amazon, but in increments, because I don't got no $3,100 to be paying these people to make more money over the course of the next 5 years. What's that? Long-term investing? I'm out.